Okay, so let's quickly create a file. Let's call it second function. Let's take it. Chalo. Now, quickly, let me clear it, and let's get to functions and we will run. Okay. So let's say I have to create a very simple function which will be just printing multiplication of two numbers, right? So all I have to do is I have to write a function. I have to give it a name. I have to provide something which is called, what's this thing called, people? क्या बोलते हैं इसको? Is it arguments or is it parameter? Parameter. Okay. This is called parameter. And inside this, we can run any block of code that we want. Okay. So now we have learned if functions have a statement that is called return statement. Yes. Yes. So if I write return A into B, and if I go and if I create a variable, let my function equals to multiple 5 and 6. So if I pick this my function into a console.log of it, will I be printing the value, whatever is getting returned from this function? Everyone? जो भी function से return आ रहा है, I'll be just printing that. Easy. So if I do node second function, I'll be just getting the 30, right? Let's say I'm just directly printing it in here. If I do a console.log A into B, that's all. I'm not returning anything. I'm not returning anything from function. But if you guys remember, JavaScript is going to expect a return statement from every function. Okay? So if I directly print a function without a return statement, मुझे क्या मिलने वाला है console में? What am I gonna get? If you guys remember. Do you guys remember? ठीक है. So here's what happens. We have created this block of code. हम line number 7 में आते हैं. And in this line number 7, we are basically calling this function multiple with 5 and 6. ठीक है. Once this function is called, इसके अंदर we are doing a console.log A into B. And we are doing the console.log of the function to see what happens. If I do this, I should be getting 30 first, given that we are running the function, so console to hoga, but we are actually printing the function as a whole. The function has no return statement, it's gonna give us undefined. इतना याद आ गया सबको? Clear everyone till here? Till here? किसी को कोई डाउट? किसी को कोई डाउट? No? ठीक है. Now quickly tell me, if I create a variable A that is not A, let's not create A, let's create a variable num equals to 200, right? Given that var is a global scoped variable, can I do a console.log num in here? Can I do that? Is this possible? Do you guys or do you not remember something that was called function scope? Function scope. Do you guys remember it? Remember it? क्या करता था? Function scope क्या करता था? Function scope क्या कर सकता था? So once we have written a function syntax and then we have created a scope. Now in that scope, any type of variable, be it global, be it local, that's going to be acting as a block scope. Okay? So if I try to access it, I should be getting undefined here also. Let me uncomment this and let me uncomment this and let's just simply call this function. Okay? So if I do a node second function of this, I'm getting num is not defined. याद आ गया? Clear? Remember we talked about function scoping? Everyone? ठीक है. So let's just quickly comment all the code out. ये जो है, these were basically main keywords that we talked about in last lecture. ठीक है. Now today let's quickly start with a small question and then we will move forward. So let's say that I have a variable array, right? I have to create a function in which if I call the function, right? So let's say I'm calling the function with function name and a comment, right? So this function should be basically adding this comment in the array. Question समझ आया? What we have to do? So let's say we have a array where array equals to an empty array. Okay. Now what I have to do is I have to create a function जो कि let's call it comment section, right? And in this function, let me just put it in here, and you guys will fix whatever wrong in this code is. Let me just copy paste it here. If I call this function comment section with a comment, right? Any comment, be it let's keep it string, right? This comment is gonna be string. Comment will be a string, right? The comment will be gotten in here as parameters. So let me name it params. हमें क्या करना है? You have to keep on updating this array with the comments that has been made in this function. Question abhi clear hai? What I'm actually asking you guys to do? Guys 1 0 नहीं clear है तो वो भी बताओ. ठीक है? So let's say if I'm doing I'll be writing console.log and I'll be taking this entire function. If I keep on doing this, let me just copy this. By in here, I should be getting an array that should be something like this. Seems doable. Can you write the logic for this thing inside your function? Okay. So, you know what? Let's do it together. Chalo, साथ में कर. Let's say I have a function. Why did I commented this out? Let me just get this. And let me just paste it in here. चलो ठीक है. मुझे क्या करना है? Whenever I'm calling this function with a comment, right? So let's say this is comment 1. You know, we make comment on maybe YouTube video or something else. Comments, everyone. Comment पता है ना क्या होता है? Let's say कि I have a video और उस पे people are commenting, right? So if I comment something, that should be getting added to an array. All right. So let's say I have trained this function with this string. So should I be getting it in params? Params में आ रहा होगा? Everyone? Params में? Should I be getting the string? If I do a console.log params, should I be printing comment 1? Everyone? Comment 1 print करूंगा? Everyone, guys, come on. Right. Let me quickly run it. I should be getting comment 1. Okay. Now, rather than just printing this, let's say if I want to send this comment inside this array, how can I push something in an array? How does that happens? Array का lecture याद है? Array.push, anyone? Array.push, maybe? Okay. So let's say if I do a array.push and then I have called this function, इसके अंदर क्या आएगा? Should I be putting the params inside this? Params? Yes. So if I go and if I do a return array, right? Now I'm returning this array. If I do console on this, console.log on this, what should I print? Okay, let's see. So I'm calling this function with a comment 1. This function runs, we are getting this params. In this function, we have created an empty array. What we are doing is we're basically doing an array.push params. So basically we are adding comments one in this comments only. Let me name it as params, right? More better. So I'm basically pushing params inside this edge and I'm finally returning it. Yes, yes. So if I run it, I should be getting comment one, right? Let's say if I do console, I'm doing this. Let me just copy this entire line and I'll just paste it with a comment two. What should be the output now? 2 बार function run हो गया. Just give me a second, people. 1 second then. Yes, do we have the answers? Comment one, comma, comment two. All right, let's see. So if we are running this, we are adding this, right? Then we are running the second function. How many of we are expecting this? Comment one, comma, comment two. ये कितने लोग expect कर रहे हैं? By line number 36. Okay, let's see. So in here, we are very clear. We are gonna get this thing. Comment one, this thing, everyone. Right now, once we have run this, abhi kya hoga? Again, we are going inside this function, right? But are we accessing this array or are we creating a new array again? We are creating a new array again, right? So is this getting stored anywhere? No, right? So we should be just putting one param that we have added. If I run this loop function, I'm just getting this. How can I fix this? How can I get all the comments in same place? एक छोटा सा step है, if you guys remember. Again push. Okay. Let's say if I pick this array and if I place it outside the function, what do you guys think? What's gonna happen? Am I gonna refresh this array every time I'm running this function, or am I just gonna store it? Store it, right? Now we clear it, and if I run this thing, I should be storing it, right? So however many comments I can make now, everything will be stored at a place. ठीक है? Clear? Clear, guys? All right. Okay. So it's important to remember how the variables are gonna act with our functions, because these are basics. जिसको ध्यान रखोगे ना, you'll be able to solve any function problems. ठीक है? Okay. Moving forward quickly. How many of us know what does a palindrome means? Palindrome का मतलब क्या होता है? कितने लोग जानते? Let me spell it out. Palindrome. This thing. All right. Let's say I have written here race car. What do you guys think if I pick this thing and if I try to spell it ulta from here? Can I go like RACECAR? Is it equally from forward and backward? सारे characters equal है? Yes, everyone, right? So let's say we have been given a variable str, which is like this. Any other palindrome? Let's go with Nitin. Okay, you guys are already answering it. Okay, now is this a palindrome? Everyone? Okay. So how can we test if a string is a palindrome? Basically, what you can do is, let's say if I create a new string, right? And if I run a loop from the end of this loop string, let's say if I run a loop, let I equals to, how can I access the last element of a string in a loop? N minus 1. Basically, str dot length minus 1. Will I be accessing the very last element? Everyone. All right. And if I do I is greater than or equals to 0, I plus plus, should I be running this string from last index to first index? Everyone? Right? Correct. I should do a I minus minus or it's gonna run till infinity. Abhi fine? All right. Now all I have to do is I have to store this string in opposite direction and then do a equal operator with this. If forward string and backward string are equal, अगर वो equal आते हैं, then can I say कि they are palindrome? Can I say that? Right? So try to do this. Try to check if this string is a palindrome. I have done 60% of work for you guys. All you have to do is put a bit more logic. Try it, everyone. 3 minutes for you guys. Hmm. str1 and 2. You doing a math.floor also. Okay, fine. Okay. Seems like you have done DSA problems. Correct. Vishaya, Praveen, correct. Karan, correct. Correct, Rohit. Kapil, correct. One more minute, people. एक और minute है. Okay. Correct. 0.10 if str first, which is 0. ठीक है, almost correct, but string first is equals to 0. If you're doing this way with first and last element, shouldn't you be just running it till mid? More optimized? So, all right, let's quickly do it together, guys. Simple है. All we have to do is we have to create a new string, right, which will be an empty string. And क्या करना है, in str में just keep on adding the stri. ठीक है. So basically it's gonna go in opposite direction in this string. Now if I come out and if I do if str is equals to in str, if this comes out to be true, I can simply console.log this is a palindrome, right? Not WE. Else I can do console.log not palindrome. Yes, makes sense. Makes sense. So let's see if we can run this and check it out. So yeah, this is a palindrome. Let's say if I add a J, is it a palindrome anymore? क्या ये palindrome है anymore? No. So if I run this should say not a palindrome, right? Let's say if I pick this, is it a palindrome? Right, right. So if I run it, it's still a palindrome, right? Acha. Let's say if there's just one character in string, is it a palindrome? Right? एक ही character है. You can just a character is always going to be a palindrome, right? You can just go and say, yeah, this is a palindrome. So हमने basically we have written a code which checks if this entire string is a palindrome or not. Can I convert this into a function? Function में convert कर सकता हूँ. Just two-step method. I'll write a function. I'll name it check palindrome. And in this, I'll be passing a string that will be basically a str. I'll take this entire code till here. Str we are already getting. Let me just get this. I'll paste it in here. यहाँ पे. Basically, we're using this str. जो भी we are gonna pass in arguments. And rather than consoling it, I'm just gonna do a return of it. ठीक है. तो I'll just return that statement. Return कर दूँगी. ठीक है. Now I can do a console.log check palindrome and I can send anything inside this. So let's say we are sending this first, then console.log check palindrome. I'm sending PYU and oh, okay, for itna kafi hai. So what should I be getting? In return में क्या आएगा? For line number 60 and 61. First one, is it a palindrome? Is it a palindrome? Yes. So ये तो palindrome है. What about this one? Is it a palindrome? Right. Let me just run it and I should be getting this is a palindrome for first one and second one not a palindrome. ठीक है? So all we have to do is we have to create a logic. Converting the logic into a function is a super easy task. है ना? No issues? Okay. Any doubts in till here? Anything? People, come on. किसी को भी कोई doubts है? नहीं है doubt? All right. So I have two more statements for you guys. Basically, we have to learn two more features regarding functions. काफी features है. We'll be just unlocking those features slowly, right? The first one is calling another functions inside function, and second one will be passing a function as a parameter. Have you guys tried this yet? किसी ने try किया है ऐसा कुछ करना? Calling some other function from function? No? All right, चलो अभी करते हैं. Right? So let's say we have a string let str equals to let's say we have a help, right? Now we'll be creating two functions. दो function बनाएंगे. Function one is gonna add a exclamation mark after this str, right? So basically it's gonna do a hello this thing. ठीक है? Basic concatenation we have to return, and the second string, the second function 2 it's gonna do again a basic thing, but it will add a question mark. Okay, we have to create two functions. First one will add an exclamation mark and second one will add a question mark. Easy, eh? Can we do this? Can we do this, people? Everyone? So let's try it. I mean, I know you guys can do it, so let's do it together only. Okay. Let's create a function and I can call this question mark, right? And in this, I'll just get a string, any string. And in here, I can just return str plus what? Let's add a space, right? And in here, I can just add a question. Okay, so if I call this function with a string, should I be calling this thing? Everyone, right? उसी तरीके से I can create one for exclamation mark, right? I can just call this exclamation mark, right? And I'll just put a string in here. I'll just return str plus this thing, right? So now we have two separate block of code which are gonna do two separate things, right? Let's say if I create a function, function symbol concat, right? And in this function, I'll be passing 2-3 things, right? First one will be a string. Second one, I'll be passing a condition, right? I'll tell you guys what this condition will be. Let's say I am passing symbol concatenate, and in this I'm passing a string, any string, let's say hello for now. Okay, and the condition will be either the condition can be question mark or condition can be exclamation mark. Okay, now based on this condition, we have to check which condition is it. If this condition is question mark, we have to run this function, or else if this is there, we have to run this function. Okay, let me do it. So let's say if I'm writing if our condition is equals to question mark, I'll be running this block of code. Else if condition is equals to exclamation mark, I'll be running this block of. Itna clear hai sabko? Just for this function. Everyone? For now, which block of code should I run? Let me just write a quick consoles in it. So console.log. In here, I'm going to print 1. And in here, I'm going to just print a 2. Okay, so what am I going to print for now? I'm not returning anything. So I don't have to console this. I'm just consoling it directly. Should I be printing 1? Everyone? Because condition is equals to question. Okay? Yes, guys. Yes. All right. What now? 2. Right? Easy. Now, what I can do is in this, I can return and I can get this function question mark. I'll just pick the function question mark and I'll pass our str in this. Ye jo str hai na, I'm just taking this and I'm passing it again in another function. Okay? Just let me write it and then I'll explain you line by line kya ho raha hai. And if I write a return exclamation mark and in this I'll be providing string. Okay? Now, okay. So let me do a console.log of this entire thing. And let's say line number 86 runs. Line number 86 को हमने चलाया. ठीक है? Now the function that is in calling is symbol concatenate with a hello and a condition that is exclamation mark. We're gonna run this function, everyone. ये function run होने वाला है. Everyone with me, which function is gonna run, right? I'm gonna run this function. Now this function is getting two things in parameter. One is string and another one is a condition, right? Given that the condition is exclamation mark, am I gonna run this piece of code or the next one? Next one, right? This one, actually this one. Okay. what this condition does is it has a return statement, and that return statement calls another function with str. So what basically happens in here, we're actually calling this function with a str. str क्या है? This hello. This hello is passed to this thing, and we're again passing it to another function. समझ आ रहा है? Is it making sense और ऊपर से जा रहा है? Okay, let me quickly draw it for you guys if you guys are not getting it. So let me open this one. ठीक है? Let's say हमारे पास ये वाला function है, ठीक है? And this function is symbol वाला, ठीक है? And we have two other functions. एक है question mark वाला, this one question mark जो add कर रहा है, and the another function is our exclamation mark वाला, ठीक है? तो this one इतना क्लियर है कि we have three separate functions, तीन अलग अलग functions है. everyone this thing, one function and the other two small functions. इतना क्लियर है सबको? ठीक है, ठीक है. Now let's say I'll be calling it in a circle, right? तो मान लो circle में I have called the symbol. I have called this symbol with let's see if I can type it in here. चलो, I can, oh my bad, I can type it. ठीक है, in this symbol I'm calling with a string and question mark. ठीक है, now I'm gonna call this function. ये function को call करूंगा and it's gonna get two things. इसको एक str मिलेगा and it's getting a condition that is question mark. ठीक, question mark condition है which if condition am I gonna scratch this one or this one? First one, ये वाला, and it has a return statement that says call question mark with a str. ठीक है, तो let's get back to our diagram. Now am I gonna call this function? People, everyone, ठीक है? And this function also wants something that is string, right? So now in here what I'm doing is circle is gonna represent calling. I'm gonna call this function with a str. ये str कहाँ से आ रहा है? Is it exactly the same? This one, it's getting this and it's passing it to this. ठीक है, तो if I print this str, should I be getting the exact str जो कि यहाँ पे है in here, right? तो basically inheritance याद है क्या हो रहा है? We're just calling the function with this, ठीक है? तो यहाँ पे जा रहा है and फिर यहाँ से it's getting inside this. अभी समझ आया everyone? ठीक है? So let's say if rather than having this मैंने call किया होता this thing, so should I have gone with the lower function, this one? ठीक है, so that's basically how the dynamic is working. ठीक है, so let's say I'm just passing this hello, ठीक? तो hello is in here, right? Let me quickly write it यहाँ पे. I'm gonna get a hello and I'm gonna get an exclamation mark. So with the condition being an exclamation mark, I'm gonna run this one, this piece of code. Everyone with me? ठीक? And in here I'm again calling this function, right? What's the str? str क्या है? Hello, right? So am I doing exactly something like this? Exclamation mark and hello. Am I doing this, people? Yes, ठीक? Now let's get to this function. इसमें क्या आ रहा है? We are getting the hello. Hello मिल रहा है. So should I be doing this here? Return hello. I'm just gonna do the concatenation myself. So I'm gonna add a space and I'm gonna add a this. ठीक? तो finally क्या हो रहा है? This function is gonna return this thing. ठीक है? तो is this return statement gonna get this hello? राइट, और उसको मैं प्रिंट कर रहा हूँ, राइट? तो फाइनली क्या हो रहा है? लेट मी जस्ट क्लीन इट अ बिट. क्या हो रहा है? वी सेंट समथिंग फ्रॉम हेयर टू हेयर टू हेयर, ठीक है। और अभी रिटर्न स्टेटमेंट भी वैसे ही काम करेगा, यहां से चीजें यहाँ पे आएंगी एंड देन यहाँ से चीजें वापस जहां पे कॉल किया था वहां पे आएगी, ठीक है। सो इफ आई गो एंड इफ आई प्रिंट इट, इफ आई डू अ नोड दिस, आई शुड बी गेटिंग हेलो विद एक्सक्लेमेशन मार्क। अंडरस्टूड? समझ आया गाइस? ऐसे ही ढीला ढाला समझ आया है कि एकदम स्ट्रॉन्ग वाला समझ आया? ओके, ठीक है, ठीक है, नॉर्मल समझ आया, ठीक है। ऑलराइट, तो लेट्स से इफ आई डू अ कंसोल डॉट लॉग symbol concat, and in this I'm passing at the rate and I'm passing a question mark. What should I get as an output? What should I get as an output? Let me keep it 1. All right, so I'm gonna call this function symbol with this, right? This thing is gonna receive what? At the rate and a question mark. Yes. Is this condition true for first condition or second condition? First one, right? First one. ठीक है. Now in this, it's a string. It's a string. String में we can put any characters, remember? ठीक है. So now I'm calling this question mark function. So basically I'm calling this function and उस function में we are basically sending this str जो कि exactly similar है इसके, which is this thing. So I'm passing this thing inside str. All right, and now in this function I'm getting that at the rates and उसको I'm adding question mark and I'm finally returning everything, ठीक है। तो यहाँ से I should be returning at the rate with a space and 2 question marks. ये चीज is gonna get returned here also. तो यहाँ पे भी we are gonna return जो exact similar approach है and this will finally get returned. ठीक, so now if I do a node secondary function of this, I'm getting that. अभी थोड़ा सा और क्लियर हुआ guys? Any more clarity you might have gotten? ठीक है, ठीक है, all right, ठीक है। तो now you guys remember कि एक सेकेंड सर, we don't pass parameters in that does it returns to even I'll be coming at that a bit later, ठीक है। तो we'll be discussing input functions today only, right? तो we'll cover that later. चलो, let me comment this one out. Now let's say exactly following this structure I am gonna have 2 functions, right? Function 1 जो है it's gonna convert lower case letters into uppercase, right? And the second function 2 is gonna convert uppercase into lowercase, ठीक? So we have to create 2 functions. One is gonna create lowercase to uppercase and the other one is gonna create uppercase string to lowercase. इतना clear है? ये जो 2 functions हमें बनाने छोटे छोटे, everyone, right? Easily it can be done. We have to just return it with a either 2 lowercase depending upon आपको uppercase से lowercase convert करना है, you will be doing a 2 lowercase, and if you have to convert lowercase to uppercase you have to do 2 uppercase. Remember 2 lowercase and uppercase guys, याद है? ठीक, तो we'll be creating 2 small functions like that, and there will be a let's say master function, right? I'll be calling this function what can I call it? Case generator, right? I can call it case generator. इसमें क्या होगा? I'm gonna give it a string and again I'm gonna give it a condition, right? And it's gonna be something like this. So I'm gonna call this function case generator. इसके अंदर let's say I'm passing Masai, right? And I want it to get converted into upper. ठीक है, I'm gonna pass 2 conditions. It can be upper or it can be lower, right? Based on the condition, if it's lower, you are gonna run the lowercase uppercase to lowercase function, and if it's upper, आप क्या करोगे? You are gonna learn lowercase to uppercase. Question clear है? Everyone, question clear है? What we have to do? Everyone, सबको clear है कि नहीं है? Guys, 1 0 anything. ठीक है? तो I can pass a string in this function, and this condition can be two things. Either it's gonna be upper or it's gonna be lower. जैसे कि यहाँ पे हमारे पास था या तो question mark या exclamation mark, right? Now, if this condition is again, it's gonna be a if else condition. If the condition is upper, you're gonna convert a lowercase to uppercase. ये string तो आप uppercase में convert करोगे, and if it's a lower, you're gonna convert it into uppercase to lower. ठीक है? You guys give it a try. Let me just write it. यहाँ पे मैं लिख ही देता हूँ. तो if the condition is equals to lower, run a function which converts upper case string into lower case, and else में just do a vice versa of above. Vice versa का मतलब just opposite of the last thing. अभी clear है everyone what you have to do? ठीक है, तो I'll give you guys 4 whole minutes. Please try it. You basically are learning calling functions inside a function. ठीक है? A nested function rather. Guys, you don't need to write loops and all. If you want to convert a string to lowercase, you can just let me create a function. You get a string, you have to just return str dot to lower case, and you have to run this. That's all you have to do. Correct. If condition lower, it goes to correct G1. Correct. If condition equals to string dot to lower case, ऑलमोस्ट करेक्ट मुल्केश, थोड़ा ज्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड कर दिया, उतनी की जरूरत नहीं थी. बट हाँ ठीक है, ऑलमोस्ट करेक्ट. ज्योति करेक्ट, बट वी डोंट नीड टू रन अ लूप ऑन दिस, राइट? हमें स्ट्रिंग मिल रहा है, जस्ट गेट इट और उस पूरे को रन दिस इनबिल्ट फंक्शन ऑन इट, है ना? यू विल बी कन्वर्टिंग इट. करेक्ट, करंट करेक्ट. String dot to uppercase. Vishya technically correct, but I wanted you guys to call functions inside function. उसकी प्रैक्टिस करा रहा था, ठीक है? तो पर्पस यही था कि यू नीड टू क्रिएट अनदर फंक्शन और वो रिटर्न कर रहा है. ठीक है, टेक्निकली योर कोड इज करेक्ट. चलो guys, let's quickly do it together. Now all I have to do is I have to create two small function. Let me call it uppercase, right? इसमें भी I'll be passing the string and I can just simply return str dot to uppercase, right? Now I've created two functions, which this one is going to convert a string to uppercase and this one is going to convert a string to lowercase, right? Now in this master function or case generator function, all I can do is if the condition is lower, what I'll do is I'll just basically return this function, right? Lower case ko upper case mein convert karna, I'll be running this function. So I'll be calling that function with the string that I currently have. Take, so all I have to do is I have to write the str. Whereas if I have to convert it into uppercase, मुझे क्या करना है? I'll just return नहीं, this will lower, right? तो उल्टा कर दिया मैंने. यहाँ पे I'll have to call the lowercase function, right? In here I should be converting into uppercase, so I'll be basically passing uppercase with str, right? Now I have this string and I have to convert it into uppercase. So given that lowercase nahi hai, let's write a if condition. Let's write a if condition is equals to upper, right? Agar this condition is getting true, I'm gonna run uppercase str. Uppercase str mein what I'm doing is I'm basically taking the string and I'm converting into uppercase. So if I go and if I run this function, I'm not printing it. Okay, so this entire thing is a return statement. I have to do a console with it. Console.log. Now, if I run it, I should be getting the string in capital. Okay. Two uppercase. इस तरीके से लिख दो. हाँ. All right, guys. ठीक है, तो clear है how you can call. I mean, the point was that you can call functions inside functions also. इतना part clear है everyone? Everyone? Right? Then the second point was, where's the point that I've written? The second point was passing a function as parameter. So yes, we can pass functions as parameter too, right? So let me take these two functions, इनको ही use करते हैं, and let's restructure this entire thing again. ठीक है? So let's say I have these two functions again. ये दो functions है मेरे पास. Now I'm creating a master case function. ठीक है? I'm creating a master case function जिसमें I'm getting a str. कोई condition नहीं, कुछ नहीं. I'm getting a str and I'm getting a function name. ठीक है? जब भी function we are passing in arguments ना, there is this thing where we can call it operation, right? So parameters में there's this rule that we follow. I mean, again, untold rule. We write it as an operation. ठीक है? तो for now, for your understanding, I'm writing function name. ठीक है? Now यहाँ पे मैं क्या करूँगा? I'll be doing a console.log of master case function. उसमें I'll be passing a string, let's say hello, and I'll be passing the name of function which I want to run on this string. So let's say I want to run this lowercase function. What I'll do is I'll just call this function inside this. अभी क्या होगा? I'm passing a str, I'm passing a function. I can go and write return function name with str. What I'm basically doing is I'm taking this string, I'm taking this function name, and I'm writing that function name and I'm calling that with the current string. ठीक है. So basically अगर मैं इसका एक सूडो कोड की तरीके से बनाऊं तो I'm basically doing something like this. मैं यहाँ पे क्या कर रहा हूँ, I'm creating a function which is lowercase, right? और उसमें this thing, as I've received this in function name, this thing lowercase, and I'm passing a str in, right? This is what I'm doing with this one line. ठीक है. So yeah. ठीक. So by that logic, what should I get now? What should I get in line number 133? Let's see. In this line number 133, I'm calling master case function, this one, with hello and a variable lowercase, which is basically name of a function. Okay. Now this thing is gonna receive two things, a string and a function, right? And I'm returning basically जो भी function का नाम है in here with this str. ठीक. So basically again फिर से I'm calling this function and I'm returning whatever is the result of this function. समझ आया? This thing passing a function as argument, function को as a argument pass किया. Got it, guys? समझ आया क्या? Yes, no, anything, कुछ भी. Tricky, but got it. Okay, ठीक है. Once more, all right. I'll take one more example. All right. ठीक है. So here's the thing. In JS, we can pass functions as arguments, right? This can be done. So in line number 132, I'm basically writing a function name, this function's name basically, and it's gonna receive two parameters. First one is gonna be a string. So let's say I'm passing Masai, and let me pass the capital ones. So Masai, and the second condition, I'm gonna pass a function's name, right? So this is gonna be upper case. All right. Now in here, acha, let me do one thing. Let me console it and show you guys कि console में क्या क्या आ रहा है. If I do a console.log of str comma function name, watch what happens. Let me just remove this thing. If I do a node single function, console.logo where here. See what happens. I'm basically calling this hello, right? In this line number 124. I'm getting this hello first, and I'm passing a function which is basically lowercase, right? This one. And in second case, I'm passing Masai, right? This str, which is Masai, and the function that is this one, right? So this is what I'm passing. ठीक. Yes, Abhijit. Yes, correct. So basically code of this entire function. तो हम function ही pass कर रहे हैं with this console, right? So now if I do a return function name, it can be anything for now. And in this, if I pass str, I should be picking this function's name and I should be passing this certain string. अभी any more clear? थोड़ा सा clear हुआ, guys? Right, passing function as parameter. All right, so let's do one thing. Let's try it one more way. Right. So let's say we have two small functions. First one does a addition, right? So it's gonna get two variables and it basically returns a plus b, right? And the second function is just subtract, and this is gonna just subtract a with b. Pick simple functions, these two. Now let's create function calculator, right? And in this, I'm gonna pass a comma b and a function name. Let me call it operation. Okay. Now in this, if I do a return operation A comma B, what I'm doing is I'm basically getting this operation. It can be any function's name. Yes, any function's name. I haven't introduced any function. मैंने कोई भी call statement नहीं लिखा है. So this can be any function's name. And I'm basically calling this function with these two parameters. Okay. So let's do something. Let me just write a console.log. I'm gonna call this calculator with 2, 3, and now in operation I'm gonna write this add this function, right? I'm gonna do this. Now in here, what's gonna happen is it's basically gonna return a function that is named as add this operation, right? So I'm gonna name this, and in this I'm gonna pass a and b. What's a and b? 2 and 3. So 2, 3, and this is gonna technically return a plus b. So return 2 plus 3. In hindsight, this is what happened. All right. More clear? समझ आया what's happening? Guys, everyone, सबको समझ आ रहा है? Right? So what should be the output now? Correct. If I run this, I should be getting 5. Now you guys do one thing. Call this calculator function to run a function which is subtraction. Everyone, write the call statement. Console के साथ. Correct. Correct. Now do one small exercise. Create a new function which basically does multiplication and call this entire function with that multiplication thing. Create a small function which does multiplication. ए बी कॉमा सब कॉमा एड. ठीक है, अगर हम ऐसा कुछ करते हैं सब कॉमा एड, तो हैव वी रिटर्न द पैरामीटर्स टू डील विद 4 डिफरेंट आर्ग्यूमेंट्स? नहीं लिखा है, राइट? तो वी शुडंट बी यूजिंग एनीथिंग आफ्टर दिस. एड के बाद कुछ भी एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेगा ये. ठीक है, इफ यू वांट टू यूज इट यू विल नीड टू राइट सम कंडीशंस इन इट. Correct. Correct. I can see most of you guys are correct. All of you guys are actually correct. All right. All right. Great. 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 Okay. So we basically learned about two statements, right? First one was that we can call function inside function. Is this statement gonna hold true in JS, at least JavaScript mein? Everyone? Right? And we learned that we can pass functions as arguments also. Itna clear hai? Right? So these two are very important basic topics of functions. And if you guys know functions till now you can solve most of the function problem that is going to be thrown at you. Okay, most of the problems you guys can solve. Yeah, that's why these many examples. Okay, all right. So let's go a bit light now. एक काम करते हैं, let's have a 5 minute break everyone and then let's get back. Yes, all right. So everyone get back at 12, 4 minutes actually. Chalo, get back at 12 everyone. I'll also fetch some water. Everyone back? आगे कैसा? One in chat if you're back. Right. Great. ठीक है. Everything was clear till now. Any issues in function till now? कोई भी issue है? No? All right. That's great. ठीक है. So we have covered functions so far. We have covered few features of function. ये feature is gonna be the base which is gonna keep you strong enough to see any function question. ठीक है. कोई भी function question you can do now. But आगे चलते चलते we are gonna learn few more things. मतलब basically we will be unlocking few more features about functions. ठीक है. So in calendar, if you guys have noticed, there is some lecture that is called HOF. Notice किया है किसी ने HOF नाम से कोई lecture? Right. So that is full short form actually for higher order functions. ठीक है. So अभी तक we have learned functions. There are few functions which are called higher order functions and they are like way more complex, but they are going to create our lives way more easier. ठीक है. They're going to make our lives way more easier. ठीक है. तो जब आएगा we are going to learn, but there are few more things that will be keep on unlocking about functions going forward. अभी के लिए we are going to keep this way. ठीक. Now the focus of lecture from now onwards till 10 will be around something that is called inbuilt function. Have we heard this word ever? सुना है क्या इसका नाम? Inbuilt function? Maybe we might have heard about them. Can you guys name one inbuilt function that you have learned in Masai till now? एक, दो, तीन, जितने भी याद है. Okay, to lower case. ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है. So I can see you guys mentioning to lower case, right? And is this a function call or do I need to add something to it to make it a function call? Parenthesis, right? Abhi samajh aa raha hai ki why we needed to add this? Because this is the name of a function that JavaScript is giving us and we have to add this into that to call it. Take anything else? Anything else? Do we have learned about two uppercase? Two uppercase? Case? है ना? है ना? All right, all right. Okay. You guys have already might have seen reverse and all, but I can see you guys are mentioning. Let me write it here. Length and type. Okay, you guys are mentioning this also. Technically, they are not exactly functions, right? They're keywords. You can call them keywords. Q, because we are not calling them. Okay. Now here's a revelation for you guys. When we do, let's say I'm creating an array, right? This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. If I have to get the length of this array, let's create a length. Length. How will I get the length of this array? Length. Array dot length. Array dot length. Array dot length. Let's say if I have an object, right? And uske andar I have a property that is called length. And that property, let's say it's calling line, right? Now, if I have to print this length property, what will I do? Will I be doing object dot length? Object dot length. कुछ similarities observe कर रहे हो? ठीक. So this is too early to explain you guys how all that happens, but keep this in mind. Going forward, you're gonna learn everything in क्या लिख रहा हूँ मैं? Everything in JS is an object. ठीक है. JavaScript में हर एक चीज ऑब्जेक्ट ही है. ठीक. And we're gonna access them. Right? Now, is this making sense कि dot to upper case क्यों लिखते हैं? ये थोड़ा और सेंस बनाएगा नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में when we're gonna learn about object methods. ठीक है. But keep this in mind कि all things in JS are gonna be an object. ठीक है, इन मोस्ट फंडामेंटल टर्म्स। ऑलराइट, तो कोई भी पूछे यू कैन नाउ से दिस, बट इतना बस इसलिए बताया कि लेंथ एंड टाइप ऑफ फॉर नाउ जस्ट कीप इन माइंड कि यू कैन से दे आर कीवर्ड्स इन JS। ठीक है, functions are gonna have a parenthesis. Anything else that we might have learned about as an inbuilt function, guys? Dot split, right? So again we have learned about split. Okay, so let's talk more about inbuilt function now. Let's copy this and let me just paste it. Okay, so this is clear कि these are name of some functions in JavaScript. Explicitly there might be a function that is named as two lowercase, and it's gonna accept str, right? And it's gonna return a string after basically converting it from lower case to upper case, right? Can we do this? Can we create a two lowercase function by ourselves? बना सकते हैं क्या? नहीं? Okay, now मैं try नहीं करने वाला था, but let's try it. So let's say I'm creating a function. Of course, we're not gonna name it to lowercase, but I can call it my lowercase, right? In this function, I'm gonna receive a str, right? And rest assured, this str is gonna have a capital letter, right? Let me call this function. Yeah, it's gonna get hello, and I have to return this thing. Can I do this or not? Inside this uh, scope, can I write a logic which can convert this thing into this? You guys want to give it a try or shall we do it together? Try करना चाहते हो खुद से एक बार? Okay, I'll give you 5 entire minutes. Try it once. एक बार self try करो. Question is that do you know what a two lowercase function does? Inbuilt function basically it converts a string which has even one capital letter into an entirely small letter one. That's clear, right? So we are going to create our own custom function which can do that, right? Basically take a string and convert it into lowercase, right? So basically you have to write a block of code which can do this. So yeah, you guys have 5 minutes for that. Function to uppercase, okay. We're using char code and ch65 with character 90, right? This is rather advanced level code, but I'm not sure about 65. I guess that might work. But अच्छा कोड लिखा है. VS कोड अभी VS कोड पे ट्राई नहीं किया है डायरेक्टली. ओके. टू लोअर टू अपर. Correct, Rohit. Correct, correct, correct. This is what I wanted from you guys. Not exactly sure कि ये code correctly run कर रहा है. Is it? But हाँ, the method you are using, that's absolutely correct. Is it working, Rohit? VS Code पे? Oh, great then. Great, great. Guys, let's do it together, shall we? All right. So let me create two strings and I can call them lowercase. Thick, and in this I'm gonna note A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z. You know my alphabets. Let me do a uppercase for this, and again this should be A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z. Done. Sure. Now what I'll do is, and let me know if my idea seems to be correct or not. मैं क्या करूँगा? I'll run a loop on let's go with lowercase. ठीक है? I'll or rather string. I'll run a loop on the string for where caps lock, where I equals to 0, I is less than str dot length, and I'll do a I plus plus. Now in this, what I'll do is I'm just gonna get each and every content of this string. What I'll do is I'll run another for loop, and in this I'll be accessing this uppercase one, this one. So what I'll do is j is less than uppercase dot length, and I'll do a j plus plus. Now मैं क्या करूँगा? I'll check if my str I is equals to any of the uppercase letters, right? So uppercase J. Given that we have a capital H, will this condition be true for H? Everyone? Everyone? Is this condition gonna be true for H? Let me console this str1 and let's see what we are getting. Str I को let's print in and let's see what we are getting. Let me just decrease some spaces. ठीक है. So let me do a node. Are we running this code? I'm running it. ठीक है. I'm doing a console. So let me do this. I'm getting the capital H. Take, watch this. If I make one more capital, if I do a node sector function, I should be getting H and L both. So are we capturing the capital letters? Everyone, the capital letters inside this string? Are we doing that? Now, let's say if I create an empty string in here, let n str equals to empty. And if this thing is true, what I'll do is the length of lowercase and uppercase string exactly equal? Alphabets, lowercase and uppercase, it's going to be equal, right? So if I do str, not str, n str plus equals to lowercase j, will I be pushing the lower h inside this nstr? Everyone? Everyone? I need everyone to write a 1 so that I'll know कि you guys understand क्या कर रहा हूं मैं till here. Everyone. Everyone. Right? Okay. ठीक है. Now let's say एक बार ये loop खत्म हो गया. I'm doing a console.log my new string, and in here if I do a nstr, what should I be printing in this string? H and L both? Everyone? What do you guys think? This condition, if condition, is gonna be true 2 times, एक capital H के लिए and एक capital L के लिए. What I'm basically doing is, let me just comment this out. I'm adding this lowercase j when this condition is true, this thing. So basically I'm going to access lowercase h and lowercase l, and I'm just basically concatenating it into nstr. So should I be getting h and l, small h and l? So if I do a node function, I should be getting small h and l, right? And if this condition is not true, what I can do is nstr plus यहाँ पे नहीं करते, let's do it outside, right? नहीं तो we're gonna add it for each instance. I'm gonna just pick stri and I'm gonna keep it in here. But this won't work either. Let me just get this and else. Let's put it. Let's see what we're gonna get. Do this. Yeah, that was expected. ठीक है, तो now we'll have to basically store h and I. क्या करें यहाँ पे? Okay, let's have a flag and sir define nstr inside loop. Correct. nstr inside loop, but then nstr is gonna get refreshed every time, no? nstr is gonna get refreshed every time, yes, no? We have kept it as a array, then we might have been able to update it, right? अगर array रखते तो we could have directly updated it. We can do that. Can I convert a string into array? If you guys remember it. Can I convert a string into array? Split याद है? Let's quickly discuss split. So let array equals to str dot split. Now split is gonna split an string by some let's say I have a string, right? And it is like I have a string. So if in split I pass a string with space, I'm gonna cut the strings at spaces and I'm gonna create a new array which will be something like this. I have a string, ऐसा कुछ होने वाला है with this thing. Everyone? Yes. So what I'm gonna do is, if I do it without space, am I gonna cut it with each and every element? So I के लिए भी, space के लिए भी, h के लिए भी, ape के लिए भी, if you guys remember it. I'll just show you once. So I'm gonna do a split with a string. Without that, let me just quickly console.log this array and let me show you guys what I'm actually doing. Okay, so let me just comment this entire thing. And we are already running it. So let me just clear it and let's just run this function. You see, this is what's happening. We are splitting everything. Understandable? Okay, so let's get back. अभी क्या करते हैं? Rather than running it on str, now let's pick this. Let's pick this and let's run it on array. And we have to fix this one in str. इसके बारे में we'll have to see. Right. So let me just quickly console this array and let me show you guys what we are getting. So if I do a node secondary function of it, NSTR is not defined. Okay, I'll just comment this one out. In secondary, okay. So we are getting H and L respectively. Take again. Now what I can do is I can simply convert, given that array is mutable, right? I'll just pick the array I and I'll assign it the value of lowercase j. Can I do this? Array is mutable. I can just assign it a value of lowercase j, right? And once this strings end, what I'll do is I can just go and write array. Let's see what we're actually printing. So if I do a node secondary function of this, am I printing this new array with everything in small cases? Everyone? Everyone? Right? Now we can, how can I convert an array into string? If you guys remember it, array को string में कैसे convert करते हैं? For now, we are not gonna access a inbuilt function क्योंकि we are trying to create a inbuilt function of ourselves. तो अभी के लिए inbuilt function थोड़ी देर के लिए भूल जाओ. Join, okay, yeah, that will work. काम करेगा, but will this work more better? क्योंकि see, I'm trying to create a custom inbuilt function for us. ठीक है? मैं basically I want to explain you guys what is happening in hindsight when you are running an inbuilt function. ठीक है? So correct. So all we have to do is we have to create let n str, एक empty string बनाएंगे. We have to run a for loop on this array, right? जो अभी नया array मिला है हमें. I'm gonna do I is less than array dot length I plus plus, and all I have to do is nstr plus equals to array I. Should I be creating a string of this array? Right? ठीक है. And simply I can just return nstr. ठीक है? अभी देखना. Now if I run this function console.log for this string, I should be getting my own custom made lowercase letters. So just give me a second. Let me run it. Check. So if I do a node secondary functions, I should be getting my own custom small letters, right? और ये कहाँ से print हो रहा है? This. ठीक है. तो if I pass new things, let's say console.log, my lowercase, and in this I'm passing Masai. Should I be getting entirely small Masai converted into smaller case? Right? So there you go. Clear how the things are functioning in backside, hindsight? ठीक. So if I ask you guys to create a custom uppercase function, can you guys do that? बोलूंगा नहीं, don't worry, but can you guys do it now? Right? ठीक है. So we'll have to talk about few more inbuilt functions. देखो, inbuilt functions is again multiple, right? That's why we'll have to check a thing that is called MDN. याद है क्या MDN क्या था? MDN क्या था? What is it? Documentation, right? So if I go to MDN and if I write inbuilt JS functions, I'll show you how many functions there are actually. If I go in here and go to methods, I guess methods में होना चाहिए. Standard built-in object. So basically, inbuilt function, inbuilt JS functions, and this should be in MDN. There's the list of functions. They might have updated the documentation. Let me do a search for methods. Methods management. Okay, fine. I guess they have updated this. Let me search join. Okay, yeah. So they have updated it with their dot prototype. Okay. So you don't have to think about it for now कि ये prototype का मतलब क्या होता है. You can just think it as this only. Yeah, text. You can just think it of as array dot join. ठीक है, just skip prototype for now. ये बाद में है. Right? So guys, these are all the inbuilt function that we have in JS, right? There are way too many. We'll discuss few here. We have to discuss. Actually, let's start with join only. Okay. So basically, join method create. That's all fine. We can just go for examples. So if we have an array, right, and if we write a join with the let's say space, so it's gonna join everything with the space, I guess. Let's see. So let me down and let str equals to quick ops. Okay. And if I do a console.log str.join, if I do this, let's see what we're gonna get. So str.join, it's not working. Why? Let's see. My bad. Array का function है. The functions we are doing string.join. Let's do array.join now. And we can clear it. Clear mode secondary functions. So you see, we're getting this with a comma, right? Abhi, let's say we have to have it with a space. How can we do this? I mean, basically, we'll need to add a string with a space, right? So in here, let's say I'm adding a string with a space. Let's see what happens. So if I do a node secondary functions, I'm getting a string with a spaces, right? So जैसे हम split करते थे ना, there was split for converting string into array. उसी तरीके से converting a array into string, we have a function that is called join, right? So let's say if you have to convert array to string, you can go for join with whatever operator you want to go for, operator, right? So this can be anything, guys. ये कुछ भी हो सकता है. This can be simple string, this can be without strings, and this can be with spaces, right? And you can see in MDN, we have examples which says that we can go for anything, right? Okay, so basically I wanted to introduce MDN because we are not going to cover each and every inbuilt function in class. Is it inbuilt function or like length or data type? What do you think? We are writing a join, basically a name of maybe function, and we are opening a parenthesis. Do you think it's a function property? Right? So that's why it's gonna be an inbuilt function. Okay? But when I do array.length, am I doing a parenthesis? I'm not, right? So that's why length को for now keep it in mind कि it's gonna be a keyword. उसका भी थोड़ा और मतलब होता है. अभी नहीं बता सकता. I'll be telling you guys later. But for now, just keep in mind कि length or type of their for now keywords. ठीक है? We can't call them exactly functions. ठीक? So we have join. उसी तरीके से we have multiple other functions like push, we have pop. How do these work? Let's say I'm using this array and I'm doing console.log and I'm doing a pop in, right? If I do array dot pop, what should this do? Pop क्या करेगा? What should pop do? Delete the last element. So we have already learned few inbuilt functions, right? So it's gonna delete the last element and basically give us, right? तो जैसे मतलब array dot pop लिखेंगे ना, तो I'm just gonna wait. What am I consoling? Just let me console. So we are gonna get everything clearly. Sorry. तो ठीक है, let's get this array and we are doing a console.log. Let me create a variable. Let can I name it element, right? And I can call it array.pop. Okay. And now if I do a console of this element, and let me quickly clear it, mode secondary, I'm getting fox. What is fox in this entire array? Fox क्या है? The last element, right? So basically, if you write this function, if you assign it a variable, it's gonna return you the last element of it. Okay, but if I print the array, let me print the array. What should I be getting? Console.log array. Let me यहीं पे कर देते हैं. So if I console the array, should I be removing this fox out of it? सिर्फ brown तक रहेगा everyone, right? So yeah, if I do a quick secondary on it, the array should get deleted last element or last element we are printing by storing it in a variable. Clear है? Clear है? Do we know about push? Push के बारे में जानते हैं हम? Everyone, what does push do? Push क्या करेगा? Push क्या करेगा? Adding it in last. ठीक है? So these are inbuilt functions. We have index of, let's see index of क्या करता है? तो you can open all of these. You don't need to remember each one of them. Again, I don't even remember each one of them inbuilt functions, but I know कि I have seen all these. I have used them at least once, so I know कि JS में ये feature है. I can refer MDN and I can do it. And you guys know कि you can refer MDN even in evaluations. पता है ना? ठीक, तो वी डोंट एक्सपेक्ट यू गाइस टू रिमेंबर एवरीथिंग क्योंकि दीज आर लॉट टू रिमेंबर, बट हाँ यू शुड बी अवेयर कि जेएस में ऐसा कुछ होता है एंड यू कैन रेफर डॉक्स एंड यू कैन फाइंड, राइट? लेट्स सी इंडेक्स ऑफ कैसे यूज करेंगे. तो इंडेक्स ऑफ दीज फ्यू कीवर्ड्स अभी के लिए नहीं समझ आ रहा होगा, थोड़ी देर में समझ जाओगे, बट just keep in mind you can go for examples, right? So let's say we have a const beast, we have an array, and if I'm doing a beast dot index of with Python, I'm getting expected output which is 1. So basically we are searching for a word in element basically in this array and it's returning the index. Yes, you guys think it's returning an index, right? So अगर मैं जाऊं and if I do console.log array dot index of and मैं सर्च करना चाहता हूँ brown, right? This is the array. थोड़ा सा स्पेस बढ़ाने दो, let me just remove these things. ठीक है, तो what should we get guys? क्या मिलना चाहिए for brown? 2. ठीक है, तो if I do a node secondary function of it, I'm getting 2. Right? उसी तरीके से I mean these few things ये तो we remember them with name also, right? Let's say I'm talking about includes, right? So it says something like this, that we have an array 1 2 3 and if I'm checking array 1 dot includes 2, it's returning true. So basically what includes does is you can search it in an array and you can check if that element is in that array. If it is, it's gonna return you true, else it's gonna return you false. Let's see how that works out. Okay, so let's say if I do a console dot log and this is what function were we using? नाम क्या था inbuilt function का which we were trying to use just now? Includes, right? भूल गए क्या? Includes, right? So includes, just wanna see कि क्या print हो रहा है. So now in here what I'll do is I'll pick array dot includes और उसके अंदर I'll check if it includes quick. ठीक है, पहले quick check करते हैं. So If I do a node secondary of this, I should be returning true. अंडरस्टैंडेबल है, ट्रू अंडरस्टैंडेबल है, राइट? हमने क्या किया, हमने इन लाइन नंबर 209 वी हैव डन अ पॉप. सो इफ आई डू फॉर अ फॉक्स, शुड आई बी गेटिंग इट? लेट्स सी, लेट्स सी. इफ आई डू सेकेंडरी फंक्शन, दिस इज फॉल्स. क्लियर है इंक्लूड्स क्या कर रहा है एवरीवन? ठीक है. सो लेट्स से इसमें मैं जाके जोड़ दूं 1 and 3. तो इफ आई चेक इंक्लूड्स basically 3, should I be getting it? Right, so no secondary function, it's coming false. It should be, I think it should be in strings only. Let's see if I do this. Okay, let me check. Determines array contains certain value among its entry. Includes 2. पॉप किया सर हमने. ओ यस 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 यस, करेक्ट करेक्ट. ठीक है, तो मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, माय बैड, आई एम चेकिंग अबाउट 3, राइट? बट हमने लाइन नंबर 209 में पॉप कर दिया है, राइट? तो अभी 3 हमने इंक्लूड किया, 3 शुड बी पॉप्ड आउट. यस एवरीवन, राइट? तो जो फॉल्स रिटर्न कर रहे हैं दैट्स एक्चुअली करेक्ट. हु फाउंड इट आउट? कौन था? प्रवीण, गुड जॉब. चलो, so let's say if I'm doing a 1, should I be getting it? ठीक, तो if I do this, ये true. ठीक, but वहीं if I go and let's say मैं एक और एलिमेंट बनाना चाह रहा हूँ and I want to name it pop again, should I be getting it now? अभी मिलेगा क्या? अभी नहीं मिलेगा. ठीक है, तो इंक्लूड भी समझ आया क्या हुआ एवरीवन? एवरीवन, ठीक. तो एक छोटा सा काम करो, let's say I'm taking array.prototype.shift. सबको ही खोलो, खोलो मत, देखो मेरे स्क्रीन पे दिखा रहा हूं मैं. दिस इज द एग्जांपल. टेल मी इन वन लाइन आई गेस कि व्हाट दिस इनबिल्ट फंक्शन इज डूइंग. क्या कर रहा है? I'll show you the definitions. Okay, anyone else? Removing from first element remove कर रहा है, right? तो now there's this thing. When we do a array dot push, array dot push क्या करते हैं people? array dot push क्या करते हैं? adds element in array at the end, last में add करते हैं. ठीक, then we have array dot pop. What does this one do? Removes the element from the last. So removes the element from last, right? Now we have just learned कि there is something that is called array dot shift. What does it do? Shift क्या करता है? ठीक है, removes the element. Okay, next line में लिखते हैं. चलो, तो let me get this. Next line में लिखते हैं array dot shift. It basically removes the element from the start. ठीक है, उसी तरीके से we have one more this one unshift. ये क्या करता है? quickly tell me. add at start, right? ठीक है, तो if I do a array dot unshift, it's gonna add at start. ठीक है, तो for now we know how we can add and remove elements in array at the end. Do we know this? end में कैसे add करते हैं in array? and do we know how can we add elements in starting? ठीक, now there's a little bit of homework for you guys. ठीक है, we will be searching about a inbuilt function that is called splice. ठीक है, इसके बारे में देखना, and in next lecture let me know what this thing does. splice करता क्या है? ठीक है, ठीक है. Okay, so that's a homework for you. Let's pick one more. This will be your homework, people. Homework है. I'm not gonna touch that. Sort कहाँ गया? Where is sort? This one here. ठीक है. इसको देखो और बताओ what this sort one is doing. Everyone, try it. Not exactly reverse. It is basically sorting everything, right? So let's say I have an array. Let number array, right? Let num array equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. My bad. Let's name it in a different way. So यहाँ पे let's have 9 and then have 7. Let's say I want to sort this array. तो मैं क्या करूँगा? I'll basically pick this num dot array and I'll do a sort on it. ठीक है? If I do a node on this, I should be getting the array in sorted fashion. Sorted मिलना चाहिए, right? उसी तरीके से it can go for alphabetical orders also. ठीक है? So if I keep December, like March, Jan, Feb, it's gonna keep everything alphabetically. So D should become first, then F, then J, then. ठीक है? Then there is this thing, number one. Where's the number? Okay, I guess it's not here, but here's the thing. Let's say we have a string, right? A str, which is like this. If I want to convert it into number, what I'll do is I'll basically use number and iske andar I'll be passing this string. So if I console.log this num, this should be printing me a string, right? So this should be printing me a number. And if I do a type of it, no, type of b इसका number ही आएगा क्योंकि I'm converting into a number. ठीक है? ठीक है? Now there's one more inbuilt function which is going to be your homework, which can convert number to string. ठीक है? I mean, it's just a name. It's going to be called toString, but I want you guys to search it yourself. ठीक है? So two things you are having in homework, easy ones, because I want you guys to check everything, but I know कि you might get lazy. So at least ये दो inbuilt function, everyone check it out. ठीक है? The first one is splice. This one will be reference to this thing, adding or removing elements from an array. And then second one is this, how to convert number to a string. Can we do this? इतना सा homework कर सकते हैं everyone? ठीक है. So yeah, with that, let's end the lecture here.